Good evening friends, you are most welcome to Think Eyes channel. Today we are going to discuss Practicing Anthropology by MAAN IGNOU, and our topic is Physiological Anthropology and subtopic is KinAnthropometry. First of all, we will discuss introduction part, then we will discuss application of KinAnthropometry, then we will discuss KinAnthropometry and anthropometry. After all, we will discuss relevance of KinAnthropometry. At the last, we will discuss summary. Learning objectives are: once you have read this unit, you will be able to understand the meaning of KinAnthropometry, how the knowledge of KinAnthropometry can be used, the relation between KinAnthropometry and anthropometry, and its relevance in different fields. Introduction part. The early 1970s witnessed emergence of a new scientific discipline called KinAnthropometry. KinAnthropometry comprises of three Greek words: kinin means to move, anthropos means man, and meterin means to measure, referring to the dynamic relationship and quantitative interface between human structure and function. It is defined as the study of human size, shape, proportion, composition, maturation, gross function, and cardiorespiratory function, which enables to understand growth, exercise, performance, and nutrition. Ever since that time, KinAnthropometry has grown to be an all-encompassing scientific interest, with the application in research related to oxology, physical anthropology, human biology, physical education, sports science, and medical science. Dynamic anthropometry, sports anthropometry, physiological anthropometry, all these terms used by different scientists can be contained in the sphere of KinAnthropometry. The predominant focus is on obtaining detailed measurements of the body composition of individuals for application in varied fields. KinAnthropometry is a medium for individuals to contribute to basic research and application, and is closely associated to physical education, sports science, and medicine, human biology, science of growth, physical anthropology, gerontology, ergonometry, and other several disciplines. It is a scientific specialization dealing with body measurements in a variety of morphological perspectives. Its application to movement and those factors which influence movement, including components of body build, composition, proportion, shape and maturation, cardiorespiratory capacities, and motor abilities, physical activities including recreational activity as well as highly specialized sports performances. Application of KinAnthropometry. The application of KinAnthropometry holds significant position in various fields. KinAnthropometry adjusts as the specialization of science concerned with the measurements of human body composition, and is considered as the cross point between anatomy and movement. In its application, it involves a series of human body measurements, and data thus gathered directly or calculated are used to produce various indices to describe physique, keeping in view the changing lifestyle, nutrition, activity levels, and ethnic composition of populations. Changes in the distributions of body dimensions are forever occurring. This is where KinAnthropometry plays a significant role by using human body measurements and determining its capability for function and movement in the range of settings. KinAnthropometry is analogous to mechanistic approach to human motion, that is anthropometry. However, the studies in KinAnthropometry are confined with width, length, and girth measurements instead of alteration that arise in the human physique out of physical training. The contribution of KinAnthropometry lies in solving problems related to growth, nutrition, exercise, and performance. It is concerned with the application of measurement to assess human size, shape, proportion, composition, maturation, and function. It puts an athlete into objective focus and gives a clear evaluation of individual structure status, or provides for quantification of differential growth and training influences. Without understanding growth of individuals and their structural evolution, selection of talent and monitoring of training would not be productive. KinAnthropometry provides the indispensable structural basis for the consideration of athletic performance. KinAnthropometry has been widely used in predicting the increasing secular trend in body size of people and among different populations worldwide. The criteria developed for this research can be used as standards for recruitment in disciplined forces as well as for streamlining and improving the basic measurements scale for the manufacture of uniforms and equipments. The human body has been studied for thousands of years, but the introduction of the concept of body compartments study and a progression from the study of corpse led to the increasingly accurate quantification of the living human physique. As a result of increasingly precise evaluation of human body, there has been developed of numerous theories, advanced approaches and techniques, and inventions of sophisticated instruments. There are various concepts that lead to further understanding of the human physique: kinanthropometry along with anthropometry, somatotyping, human anatomy and physiology is one such method. Somatotyping is one of the most useful methods of evaluating human physique. This is a physics classification system of quantified expression, description, and describes the physical characteristics of the body and allows the definition of body type through the analysis of its components. Somatotype is the description of body type based on three components of endomorphy, mesomorphy, and ectomorphy. Endomorphy is the relative fatness, mesomorphy is relative musculoskeletal robustness, while ectomorphy is the relative linearity or slenderness of a physique. A somatotype is usually given as a composite of three numbers in which each number demonstrates the strength of the respective component parts. The Heath-Carter method defines somatotype as a quantitative description of the present shape and composition of human body. The most widely used somatotyping method is that of Heath and Carter, which is the classical method of anthropometric somatotype. The technique of somatotyping is used to evaluate body shape and composition. Therefore, somatotyping together with the application of KinAnthropometry could benefit other fields like the clothing industry by improving the traditional sizing system by means of reference to the structure and function of the human body. In the current scenario, the growth of sports and physical education of any country is much dependent on the development of sports science, which have contributed significantly in the developed countries. KinAnthropometry is one such science. In this context, combining the integral approach using both applied and basic sciences, the standard of sports and competitive performance can be developed. The field of KinAnthropometry in recent years holds a very significant role. The importance of morphological characteristics in the performance of sports events has certainly been recognized. It becomes imperative to study the morphology of a sports person in order to make an assessment of how close their physique and morphology is with respect to the champions at various levels. The physique of the Olympic players can be considered to be ideal in their respective events. Nevertheless, just about every time the new records are being set up, there comes up reports on human getting bigger, larger, and maturing faster during more than 10 decades. This implies that the most desirable physique of today may not exactly be so in future, however, with no compromise on muscularity. The investigations through KinAnthropometry are of fundamental significance in creating the prerequisite as well as trainable characteristics of sportspersons and athletes. Stature, leg length, arm length, etc. do not seem to change under normal circumstances. Therefore, athletes in a particular sport need to have such distinctive characteristics which would benefit him or her during the game. It has been documented that the accomplishment of these characteristics will aid an athlete to perform better during competition. The information provided can be used as a norms for assessing the performance status. The performance in any event of a sport is a result of multifaceted and complicated range of variables which include variety of factors including physiological, biomechanical and skill traits within different sports. The anthropometric dimensions of an athlete specifying body shape, proportionality and composition are factors that contribute to play vital role in shaping the probability for success in a chosen sport among elite athletes. Hence, it can be said with conviction that athletes with ideal body type for a particular sport will remain competitive. The characteristic body shape which we observe within sports today are a consequence of both natural selection of thriving body type over consecutive generations and an adaptation to the training demands within the present generations. It is here that KinAnthropometry, which is concerned with the study of body composition, somatotype and proportionality, play a pivotal role for athletic training and selection of talented persons. In unison, these three characteristics explain an individual's morphological profile, which provides as a foundation for planning and monitoring athletic training. Despite the fact that sports performance are reliant on several factors and winning an event requires much more than an individual player's build and physical fitness, yet the anthropometric characteristics of the most successful athletes may serve as a guide in selection of talented probable. Body composition refers to the categorization of body weight in terms of absolute and relative amount of fat mass and fat-free mass. Estimation and evaluation of these characteristics constitute a very important facet of health, nutritional status, and physical fitness assessment. As mentioned earlier, somatotype is a classification of the human body comprising the three essential elements endomorphy or relative adiposity, mesomorphy or relative musculoskeletal development, and ectomorphy or relative human linearity. The relationship between different body dimension and stature are described by human proportionality. This is an extremely vital concern for any person who wishes to practice sports. This holds significance given that this relationship is linked with the person's physical ability to meet the biomechanical demands of a particular sport or even playing position within a given sport. It is established that athletic skills and feat, as well as propensity for a particular sport, depend greatly on proportionality. Thank you very much.